is a bitch.
You're probably wondering, why do I have to hear another video about karma? It's mainstream, man. Karma is a bitch. Every action gives a result. Actions are just nothing but a future product of your manifestation into a certain result. Whatever it may be, guess what? I bet you've never heard these ideas about karma. Let's get started. Even though in movies we come across concepts, phrases about karma, like in The Matrix or in The Simpsons, this concept of karma, which originates in India, and particularly Indian philosophy, expands in greater detail not simply the simple principle of every action brings a result. Actions, from the standpoint of philosophy, are viewed as a cause for a particular effect. And just as we know, if I want to get a mango tree, what type of seed do I have to plant? Mango seed. If I want a banana tree, then I have to plant banana seeds, correct? So too with the law of karma, the cause-effect relationship is much more complicated than a simple principle of every action brings a result. Why is this law of karma complicated? Let's see. When we come to understanding actions, we see that our actions are varied. And not only that, the results are varied. When someone does an exam, they study, many people work hard, but results are different. How do you account for the variety of results that people attain? So the law of karma is adopted to explain this. But in detail, it says what? That a particular action brings a particular result at the appropriate place and time. Not just simply action gives result. A particular action gives a particular result at an appropriate place and time. What does that mean? That means the law of karma is not simply an immediate result-giving principle. It's something that goes with us, travels with us, in and through our lives, waiting for that right moment, that appropriate moment to produce its result. It's with this idea that philosophers, they look at karma as not only an action bringing a result, that type of law or principle, they see it as an action which produces an immediate result or an action which produces a future result. Those who follow the principles of Indian philosophy and particularly Hinduism, they adopt an ideology of rebirth, which means what? An action that you do in this life not only brings an immediate result in this life, but it can also bring a result in a future life. So the law of karma, even though we simply put it as action brings result, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Another interesting idea about the law of karma, which we generally don't discuss, is that the law of karma comes at a point in the thinking of philosophy when one has to account for the variety of experiences that all beings go through. And if you were to sum up all of the various experiences that all beings go through, all living beings, you can basically put them into two categories, either joyful experiences or sorrowful experiences. Question comes, what is that cause because of which one gets joyful experiences or sorrowful experiences? That's where philosophy turns to the law of karma. It makes a connection between what brings joy in our lives and what brings sorrow. So much so that it also predicts, it postulates that a human being's entire joy and sorrow experience in their lifetime is nothing but a product of their past good or bad actions. That's an interesting point to think about if you're just curious. Another really interesting idea to explore when we're talking about the law of karma is the idea of gender. Of course, it's a controversial topic in modern society. But if we were to think of it from the standpoint of philosophy, we see that just as the law of karma is adopted to explain variety in terms of experiences, one such experience which is there for all beings is the type of body that they have. And we know that some of us are born with the male gender or the female gender, or we may identify as some other gender, whatever it may be. But what is the reason? What is the cause for which someone is born in a male body or in a female body? That's where the law of karma comes in. It explains also that one's particular birth, one's particular gender also depends on one's past actions. Agree or not? That's just for us to think about. And last, a really, really technical idea about the law of karma is that when we think of time, generally many times we think about time on the scale of linear proportion, meaning there's a past, there's a present, and there's a future. This is a linear scale, means along a line. But when you adopt the law of karma, what happens? Time is seen as cyclical when viewed from the vision of karma. Meaning what? Every action which produces a result, we postulate that that result also will lead you to engage in another action. And that action once again will bring a result, which once again gets you into action. So action, result, result, action, action, result, result, action. Meaning what? All living beings are going through this cycle of doing actions, getting results. Doing actions, getting results. And by results, we mean experiencing joy or sorrow. And if you expand this to the broad scale, to the macrocosmic scale of the entire universe, so too, the entire universe is moving from what? Cause, effect, effect to cause, effect, effect to cause. This is the broad ideas which are spoken of in the scriptures, in philosophy, about the law of karma. So next time you hear the word karma, don't just think simply it's just, hey, an action brings a result, like here in the Matrix.
That is our karma. You believe in karma?
Think about it from the perspective of time, space, cyclical, causality, cause-effect relationship, and accounting for all the variety in the universe. If you are just curious and you have some points or you have some thoughts that you want to share about these points about the law of karma, then do leave us a comment in the section below. Hit a like button if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and see you guys in the next one on Just Curious.